It is my belief that we have all the pieces in place for us to make sure that the 21st century is the American century, just like the 20th was. But we're going to have to up our game in this newly competitive world. And that means that we've got to out-educate every other country in the world. We're going to have to out-innovate every country in the world. We've got to make sure that we've got the best infrastructure to move people and goods and services throughout the economy. I want us to be an economy that is not simply buying from other people and borrowing to do it. I want us to be selling to other people and having some other folks owe us some money. And so it is going to be absolutely critical for us during a period of significant fiscal constraint that we create the kind of public-private partnership that makes that happen. And it's going to be very important for us to get ideas from people who've actually are actually on the ground right now trying to build your businesses and operate in an extraordinarily competitive world. So my main purpose here today at this first meeting, I think, is to listen, to get a sense of where all of you think the economy is right now, what kinds of steps we need to be taking. As I talked about during the State of the Union, we want to remove any barriers and any impediments that are preventing you from success and from growth. At the same time, we want to put a challenge to America's businesses that even as we're working with you to streamline regulations, to reform our tax system, to take other steps that have been sitting on the shelf for quite some time under both Democratic and Republican presidents, we want to make sure that we're also putting a little pressure on you guys to figure out how do we make sure that the economy is working for everybody? How do we make sure that every child out there who's willing to work hard is going to be able to succeed? How do we make certain that working families across the country are sharing in growing productivity and that we're not simply creating an economy in which one segment of it's doing very well, but the rest of the folks are out there treading water. So, Jeff, again, I want to thank you for your extraordinary work. I want to thank all of you for agreeing to participate. Last point I'll make is that I'm not interested in photo ops, and I'm not interested in more meetings. I've got enough photo ops and enough meetings. I have a surplus of that. So I expect this to be a working group in which we are coming up with some concrete deliverables. I don't think that we have to be trying to hit home runs every time. I think if we hit some singles and doubles, if we find some very specific things that this group can help us on and we can work on together, then we can build on that success. And in the aggregate over time, this will have really made a difference at a critical juncture in our economy.